topic is silencing the voices. We're diving deep into negative self-talk, disrupting harmful patterns, and creating new ones by being vocal, visual, and physical. I know we all have that inner self-critic. However, it could almost whisper doubt and fear. So let's look into it, and I hope you stay watching. Here are the sections for today's talk, and you can skip ahead, or if not, stay watching. Step 1, recognizing the source of negative thoughts. Now, I don't know if you know, but not all of the thoughts that you think actually come from you. Knowing that not all of these thoughts actually come from you can help you react better to them. Step 2, understanding the impact of negative self-talk. Negative self-talk can heavily impact your day. It can disrupt your daily patterns. It can even disrupt your productivity. So we're gonna look at tools and ways in which you can combat this. And step 3, we're going to be looking at how to disrupt negative thoughts and create new ones by being vocal, visual, and physical. Step 4, draw strength from your reference points. We're going to be looking back at our past and seeing how we can use that to enable us to move forward. So I think we should get into it now, shall we? Let's go. Step 1, recognize the source of your thoughts. Not every thought that comes to mind is your thought. These can be thoughts from societal influences, these can be thoughts from past experiences, and also thoughts from the enemy, who is very ubiquitous. Now, he's everywhere, and he is finding multiple ways to attack. And the enemy is also very consistent. So think about how consistent you would have to be to fight back as well. Now, our past experiences definitely have a big hold on us, a big hold on how we see ourselves, a big hold on maybe even how we present ourselves today. These can be thoughts of even other people, thoughts from parents, thoughts from friends, thoughts from people who may have didn't like the way you look, and we're like sponges. So we're constantly soaking in environments, people. When we even look online, we're constantly soaking in all the information, everything that has been said. And words are so powerful. They could even be something that can either cut you or sharpen you. And so sometimes when we're going through life, we're thinking all these things, but not all of these things are actually coming from ourselves. Not all these things have actually been said from ourselves. Some things that we repeat to ourselves also come from other people that have said things. I've definitely had experiences where I've had negative talk being spoken towards me. And then over time, I would start to repeat those words to myself. Stupid was prevalent growing up with me, and I used to hate it so much because I wanted to feel smart. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel like I could do things, and I was called stupid when I would make some mistakes or I wouldn't get things right. It definitely created a lot of insecurity for me. I had a lot of negative voices in my head, and I held on to that so strongly, and I was literally a sponge. And I'm a sensitive soul, as I said in my last video. This more so shattered me than sharpened me. And it took me a very long time to think, oh, this is actually not the truth. Well, it's not my truth anyways. Because when you recognize when a voice hasn't come from yourself, it's come from someone else, this could be a result of maybe their own insecurities. This could also be something that has been said from them that isn't true, but may have just come from the wrong place. Understanding also context, understanding where it comes from, has allowed me to even think, this is not my truth. And sometimes when the enemy is attacking you, like I said, he is ubiquitous. He is everywhere. So if we're doing good, if we're thinking great thoughts, if things are going well, even with myself, I've been in such a great mental state. I've been feeling good. The new year has kicked off great, and I'm feeling like, yeah, I'm on a roll. And so those past negative thoughts have started to seep in. They've started to creak open the door a little bit just to see if they can try and step in. And I've said, nah, sorry. Not today, sorry. Because the thing is, the enemy will try to find any opportunity it can, especially when you're on a rise, but also even when you're low. You know the phrase when they'll kick you even when you're down? That's exactly what will happen. Even when you're on the rise and you're feeling good and you're thinking better thoughts, you're thinking more positive thoughts about yourself and about your life. There will be lies from the enemy's mouth that will try and persuade you to think otherwise. And it's really good to remind ourselves of the truth and remind ourselves of exactly what we do believe in to be true, because that could completely shift and change how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself. Words are so potent and they can really either sharpen you or shatter you. Recognizing where they do from really does allow you to take the trash out or see how you can change it around, because we don't need the trash from everywhere else, but if it's coming from ourselves, let's really look at how we can change that. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So when I hear this and I think of doubt seeping in, when I think of fear seeping in, I always think that I have not been blessed with fear. I have not been blessed with doubt. I have been blessed with peace in my mind and love in my heart. I remind myself of these things on a daily, because there could be any opportunity where you could just be hit, attacked. And you have to be ready with your shield, with your armor. You have to come suited and booted for the war, because every day is a battle. It's a battlefield. I'm serious. Reminding yourself of what you actually have been blessed with and your truth definitely enables you to just spring forward and understand the blessing that you have with anything. Food, maybe you have a bad diet, and you know that if you have a bad food diet, you know how much it will impact your body. If you're constantly feeding yourself junk food, if you're consuming so much unhealthy foods, then you know the impact that it's going to have on your body, especially if you're trying to do a sport. Let's say if you're trying to do a dance class and you constantly have chicken and chips every single day. Yeah, or let's say if you're trying to be top number 1 tennis player in the world and you're trying to have takeout every single day, burgers, fries, chicken and chips. You know what that does to you. You know what having fatty foods do to you. So understanding that we're constantly engaging in negative self-talk at least 13 times a day, for me it shows how much we need to diminish it, how much we actually need to combat it or take it away, because it impacts how we operate, it impacts the stress, it impacts sleep, it can impact how we even function in our work lives, how it even functions with our creativity. If we're constantly trying to create stuff, then how are we supposed to fully exercise our creative gifts if we're having mental blockages of negative self-talk throughout the day? And for me, it just shows the importance of why it needs to be disrupted and reframed. The words we allow ourselves to think and speak shape our reality. If it feeds fear, it grows. But if it feeds faith, it flourishes. Now you can let the voices that are your food feed you fear if you allow it to keep growing. Once the seed is planted and you keep watering it and you keep enabling it and you keep allowing it to continue, that is you allowing it to grow constantly. Saying words that go against your truth, saying words that diminish you, saying words that put you down, saying words that are telling you things that cause you to feel doubt and fear about your life takes you away from you. It takes your happiness away. In order for us to not let this fear grow out and get bigger and stronger than our faith, we have to cut it from the root. Where does this fear come from? Why are we telling ourselves this? Maybe it's just that you actually feel an insecurity, or maybe you feel a jealousy, and that just means you feel that there is a lack of something within you that can be filled. And I think sometimes when we think of these insecurities, it could just be looking back at the root. Were you told things when you were younger that you couldn't do this thing? Did you try something and it just didn't work out? Sometimes it's actually looking at the root. Why did this not work out? Was there maybe not enough research done? Do you need more time? Is the way you need to work in a different way? Do you need someone as a support partner? Do you need an accountability partner? Maybe you needed more lessons. Maybe you needed a one-to-one coach. What was that seed that was planted? When you think about this, if you are constantly speaking words that put you down over than speaking words that let you flourish, of course you're not going to be able to operate the best way you can. Of course you're not going to be able to excel past what you think you can. Of course you're not going to be able to step into positions where you are probably called for, where you're probably suitable for, but you won't do it because of this. So it's shifting that, because words shape our brain's neural pathways, and repeated negativity creates a pattern, something that can be very, very difficult to come out of. It's literally like a habit. If it's become habitual, you're going to find it so difficult sometimes. So even though sometimes the negative self-talk can become even habitual, if you just stop it from early, if you just make those small changes before they grow to the point where they get out of hand, just start to cut it down. Step 3, disrupt negative patterns and create new ones. Just like a soldier doesn't stand still when they're at war. If bombs were coming at them, if someone needed saving, they would attack. Just like a boxer would in a ring. If someone's coming at them, they are going to fight back. If someone is beating them down, jab, left hook, uppercut. They may be shielding themselves, they may be trying to protect themselves, but they're gonna figure out ways in order for them to see where they can hit back, to see where they can then attack them. Because they know if they stand still, they're gonna lose that fight. They're gonna be mashed up if they don't fight back. They're going to lose that fight. So the same way, in moments where you know you need to fight back physically, you have to do it mentally. Even mentally, they will still think in their minds, I can't let this person win. I can't let this person destroy what I've got. They have to fight back. And sometimes, yes, it can be difficult. Sometimes it can be extremely difficult to fight a battle that you didn't even want to fight in the first place. If you've grown up with people saying things in your ears that are not true, people that have been close to you, people that you have confided in, sometimes it can be difficult to come back, difficult to attack, because those words came from people who you might have trusted, and that has hurt you. But now you are left with this burden. Even if people have said things that have created this negative self-talk, the self-love you then need to show yourself is by fighting back, is by combating. Not not physically, but combating mentally. So vocally, if you're trying to combat this, you repeat things that are truth. You repeat things that combat the other person. If it is someone is calling you stupid, no, you say, I am smart. I have been blessed with intelligence. I am fully equipped to handle today's challenges. I am equipped with the right resources. I am intelligent enough to solve this problem. You need to tell yourself. Words can either shatter you or they can sharpen you. Speak life into yourself, especially if you're receiving so much darkness. Speak life. Speak words that lift you up, that allow you to flourish. Speak words that are truth. Speak words that are opposite from the negative self-talk that you hear. It's old. It's yesterday's news. Today we are stepping with a new mind, with a new talk. We're telling ourselves we are fully equipped to handle today's challenges. We're telling ourselves we are blessed and highly favored. We are telling ourselves, I have been made for greatness. We are telling ourselves, I am able to do hard things. We are telling ourselves, I am intelligent enough to get through this. We are telling ourselves, I am strong enough to get through this. We are telling ourselves, I am intelligent enough to figure this out. We are telling ourselves what is our truth. Now, being visual. Show yourself what you can do. Actually make these actions. If you're combating these thoughts, show yourself how smart you are. Show yourself that you can get through this thing. Don't give up when you first go to your dance class and you don't look how you want to look. Show yourself that you can get through it. Show yourself that you can get through that coding problem that you spent a year on, however long it takes you, but show yourself, be visual, even have a vision board of what you want to achieve, and show yourself. that you can do this. Instead of even doing a vision board, why don't you put pictures of where you've achieved things? Show yourself. Show yourself the truth. Sometimes we need to see things to believe it, which is, yeah, I get it, cool. You know, it makes a little bit sense. But sometimes you need to show yourself what you've achieved. Just show yourself, because there is evidence, and we'll talk about going back into the past and really looking at that. But show yourself, be visual and physical. This can be you setting yourself to action things out. Be on it. You say you want to prove yourself, be physical. Start the thing that you said you were going to start. Be physical, because sometimes those thoughts can come from ourselves where we don't live up to what we've said. So we then go, oh, okay, but you didn't do that. Oh, you're lazy now because you didn't go and do that. You know? So be physical. Action those things. Set yourselves the goals that you want to achieve and put yourself in action to do it. And I said in one of my videos that even if it's just the first step, that's you being physical. Don't take it as you need to go and fully complete this thing. That's you being physical. You just starting is being physical, because we put so much pressure on ourselves to get to the end goal. Sometimes that end goal can take years, it can take months, but we need to show ourselves at least that we can do it by starting, taking that first step. And lastly, step 4, draw strengths from your reference points. Now I was thinking about this. When I was back at university, I had to do my references and citations when I would do an essay for my dissertation, 10,000 words dissertation. Nonetheless, why is the reason why we do references? Why is the reason why we have to do these citations? And it's because we need to show that what we are writing is the truth. It's come from a credible source. And because we don't want to plagiarize, we're saying this actually came from this place. We're showing respect for this person that wrote this. This text has come from a paper that has been backed up by countless amounts of research and evidence. If I'm telling myself thoughts that aren't actually true, I need to back this up with some references. I need to say, where did this actually come from? Where did this actually come from? But also, I need to tell myself, even for the things that are true, because saying that you can't get through difficult things, for most of us, is actually a lie. We were all toddlers and we would see people walking. I would think, I want to walk. Why are they walking and I'm just crawling, eh? What's going on? We will try and do a little step, we'll fall back down, be like, okay, cool, tried it today, we'll go again tomorrow. We're seeing other people walking and we know we can do it, and we did it. And there is evidence that we actually persevered at a young age. Have you ever seen those people where they say they're adults and they have to learn to walk again? Oh my gosh. Things that we don't even think about have been put in the back of our minds and are actually reference points of us persevering, of us getting through difficult times. Sometimes you probably have been put in situations where you didn't even know you probably could get through it. You're releasing resilience. You're releasing things that are letting you know you can actually get through this. I know someone that is an incredible dancer, incredible dancer. They would tell me they didn't think they were great. They don't think they're that good. Child, I know some good dancing when I see one. And it confused me. Because sometimes you don't even see yourself how other people see you. In a good way. Sometimes you could be in such a dark place that you wouldn't even see how much light is within you. Sometimes seeing yourself through other people's eyes can allow you to see these reference points. Use your support system, use your community, lean on them. Lean on people that are actually for you, not against you. Definitely looking back at times where you overcame adversity, where you proved yourself wrong and you didn't actually know it. Even myself, I've had to be reminded of my past to understand that there was something there that I thought I lacked, but I needed to reignite this light, reignite this thing. Sometimes the burdens and the negativity of life can overpower us so much that it fully blinds us from seeing what we even once had. And it's important to rediscover that, reignite it. It's important to figure out what are those references. What are those references that I can draw from to know that this thing that I'm saying to myself that is so self-deprecating, that is so not helpful and conducive for my life, for my mental health, for the way I need to operate in this life, this thing, it needs to go. But that's why it's important to draw from these references, because they will help us to understand what is true and what is not. And we have come to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. If you have stayed with me from the beginning to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I hope you've taken something from this. At the end of my videos, I do one takeaway, one action, and one promise. And so my one takeaway that I want you guys to receive this week: silencing negative voices begins with recognizing the source, disrupting harmful patterns, and speaking life-affirming truths into existence. I want you to catch every negative self-talk that you say to yourself this week, and I want you to write each one down. And then I want you to say, what is the opposite of that thing, or what else would you rather say to yourself that is going to sharpen you and not shatter you? I have some on screen that you guys can also take. These are things that I say to myself that have significantly helped me, because like I said, words can literally either sharpen you or shatter you. And I'll repeat it every day until you get it. You hear me? Okay. So write every single negative phrase that you say to yourself, and I want you to combat that. I want you to mentally fight back. What can you vocally say back to that thing? And I want you to say it to yourself. Practice saying it to yourself. Practice doing the vocal part. Because like I was saying, it becomes a pattern. Saying these things become a pattern. And so it would be better for you to have a more positive, affirming pattern than a negative one. And then my one promise. I promise you, when you feed faith instead of fear, it will transform your mindset, deepen your resilience. So that was my one takeaway, my one action, and my one promise. Thank you guys so much for staying with me. If this message has encouraged you to fight back those negative voices with words of power and truth, if this resonated with you, please share your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear what you guys think. If there are any words that you want to share with people that help you on a day-to-day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.